Hello, this is Gypsy Hawk in the garden, and I'm here today to talk to you about Swamp Mallow Rose, Hibiscus muscutus. I do offer seeds of this plant on my website, Etsy page, so I wanted to show you what they look like in full bloom. I did do some videos previously, but they were not blooming then, and they do bloom, they're a perennial, so they bloom every year. This is the time of year when they start blooming fully. They're not quite at full bloom, but they will be soon. And there's several blooms out, and I want to get a good look at them with you before the heat of the day, because once it gets very hot, midday they start to close for the day. So we're going to take a walk over and take a good look at them. I'm going to flip this around. Okay, this is the first grouping of plants I have. Step back and give you a view from farther away, and then I'll step in a little closer. Now the blooms are beautiful pink. These aren't quite fully open yet, but when they do fully open, they're very large. Plants can grow, individual plants can grow up to 9 feet. One of them in the back I think has reached that. But usually they grow up to 7 feet. Depending on how many plants you have, they can spread to about 3 feet. This is quite a large grouping of plants that I have together here. I'm going to step over to the next group of plants. Now, planting zones are from zones 4 to 9. They do better in the warmer zones. You do have to water them regularly. If you're in a dry spell where you're not getting frequent rains, I would advise watering them. They do have some pests. I'll put that on the website. There's little flies that lay eggs on them, and there's teeny tiny little caterpillars, and Japanese beetles do like them too. So I would advise spraying early on. You don't have to spray them constantly, just early on, and then that normally takes care of them. I did, so if you do see some leaves that had a little nibbling on them, I did have to spray, but there's no nibbling now, so I got happy plants. There are some bees that you might see flying around. These bees are actually swamp mallow rose bees. They're a species that is symbiotic with this particular plant. They're solitary bees. They do not live in hives, and they're very docile bees. They kind of resemble a bumblebee, but much smaller. Sometimes when you see them first thing in the morning, the bees will actually be sleeping in the curled up flowers, almost like they're in there like a little sleeping bag. But this is what they look like when they start going into full bloom. I do have seeds available on my Etsy page. These are perennials. They do need to be trimmed back, cut down late summer, and once you cut them back late summer, they grow back beautifully the next spring. So around, and if you have any questions, please check my Facebook page, Gypsy Hawk profile page, Gypsy Hawk's Garden Facebook page, my YouTube page, where I'll be putting this video, and my Etsy page, Gypsy Hawk's Garden. Right now I'm wearing feathers that I've handmade. These are the pheasant feathers with the wooden toggle beads and the leather cords. These are very delicate and beautiful. Just want to put those out there too. They look like they're heavy, but they are not. There's another pair that are similar to this that are the mallard feathers. They have an iridescent blue. Those look like they might be heavy, but they are not as well, because the wooden beads are quite light and they're very boho chic, and I love them a lot too. So please visit my pages. Let me know if you have any questions. And this is Gypsy Hawk, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a good week. Bye-bye.